Hi, this video is to go through three small updates we've recently deployed to Quoter. The first being an improvement to our quote reminders functionality. So where you'll find this is under labels and messages, emails, and then down here for quote reminders. And what this allows you to do is configure the subject and body of the quote reminders that we send out. So previously what we were doing is reusing the subject and body from the initial email that you sent when you configured the quote reminders. However, that was obviously an imperfect solution for anyone wanting to send those reminders in a different language because we were hard coding the word reminder in the subject line in advance of the actual subject that you had in that original email. So now you've got complete flexibility around what that subject and body will look like, and you can leverage our mail merge fields there as needed. And just for a quick overview of our quote reminders functionality for those who are not currently using it, you can set up to 3 reminders that are relative to the sent or expiry dates of the quote that you're sending. And you've got these defaults that you can set, and then you can modify those when you send the email. You can also go into a quote that has reminders set and you can turn them off, and reminders are only triggered if the quote is still open, so it hasn't expired, it's not been changed to lost or accepted. So we've got a nice sort of feature there that allows you to stay on top of those quotes that maybe your end customer has seen and then ignored. You're just giving them that little reminder and that little poke to say, hey, please keep this in mind and ideally accept our quote. The next feature is an improvement to our new quotes list. So what we were doing previously is only showing the last sent date for the most recent version of the quote. So let me just change this here and let's go like that. So what I mean by that is, I'll turn on last sent date here. And so on any quote that was in a published stage, we wouldn't be showing the last sent date, even though there could be an earlier version of that quote that you did send through Quoter to the end customer, and they have the link to that quote, and they may be considering accepting it. They may receive a reminder email about it and then accept it, and they'll always get the most recent published version that they're looking at and considering accepting. That's important to note because we won't show them obviously any version that's gone for manager approval or any version that has been saved as a draft. So even though they can follow that quote link and always see the most up-to-date version, we'll exclude those details where they really aren't customer facing. You don't want them seeing drafts or quotes that are still waiting for approval. Now, why is it useful to see the last sent date of a prior version? Well, here's one possible scenario. So you've gone in and sent a quote to an end customer, they haven't accepted it yet, you've gone back and forth a little bit, and you want to push out that expiry date. So when you change the expiry date, republish that quote, it will be in a published stage, but maybe you're looking at a filter of all your quotes that were sent this month, and you don't want to exclude those quotes that have been sent, but you've made that small tweak and now there's a new version of that quote. So let me just quickly add that filter and say, show me everything that was sent within this month. Now this is a perfect example. So previously, we would have shown only the one quotes here because, or actually, no, sorry, we would have shown only ones that where the most recent version was set. But now we're showing all of these. And this top one's a great example. So this has been published, but there was a version sent previously. And you don't want that quote slipping through the cracks. You need a view where you can stay on top of those ones that are published, especially if you are applying filters like that last sent date. And so we'll show it here, and basically we'll bubble up that last sent date from the most recent last sent date from any of the versions of that quote that previously existed. So long-winded explanation, but hopefully that is clear for everyone watching this video. The third thing we've done is we've added a default view for the new quotes list. So let's say I really like this filter. I've got my last sent date for this month. These are the ones I want to stay on top of. Maybe I'd be even, really interested in just the ones that are in that stage of published. Don't want to lose sight of those. go down, apply that filter as well. And then I'm going to save this view. So this is what's new. You could always save the views before, but now you can make this your default view. And what that'll do is every time you load the new quotes list, you'll see that view is applied. Now, if you need to change that for whatever reason, you can go into sort and filter. We show you which one is your default. Maybe you want to make this one your default, and you can do that and reload. And now you've got that set as your default. Obviously, you can still delete these. You don't need to have a default set. If you delete the one that has your default and you reload, we'll just take you back to our default view, which is sorted by last modified and has no filters applied. A reminder that your saved views do show any custom columns you've turned on, as well as your preferred sort order and any of the other filters you've applied. So we hope you really enjoy those 3 improvements and provide any feedback in our community. That we always love getting feedback, and there'll be more coming shortly. Happy quoting.